you still prefer using membrane keyboards for gaming, despite the fact that mechanicals seem to be the standard these days, I think you'll probably find this video useful. I'm going to be showcasing both of Razer's current membrane offerings. One is the Cynosa Chroma Pro, which is the membrane keyboard with the RGB underglow, and the Razer Ornata Chroma. That's their mecha membrane version, which I've actually modified. I've removed the mechanical click, which if you look up here, I'll put a link to the video where I did the modification. It's quite an old video, so excuse the editing quality. I like to think I've come along a little bit since then. The main difference between these two keyboards is the switches and the keys. The Cynosa has Razer's regular membrane switches, or rubber domes. The Ornata has Razer's mecha membrane switches, which are still membrane, but they have a mechanical click added, I suppose to give it more of a mechanical feel. Before I get into the sound comparison, which is coming up in a second, I just thought I would run through the list of features of these keycaps and keys. Each keyboard does have its own little party trick, I suppose you could call it. So the Cynosa has the spongy feeling membrane keys. They are full height keycaps on the Pro. They have a 10 key rollover, and the Cynosa's party trick is that it is spill resistant, so if you're a bit of a klutz and you spill your beer or whatever, you're not going to cause any lasting damage. The Ornata has a soft membrane touch switch, but it has a mechanical click. The keys are mid-height. It again has a 10 key rollover, same as the Cynosa, but this comes with that all-important spongy wrist rest, which I think is brill. So let's just do a quick sound comparison between the two, and I must remind you again that the Ornata is modified. I've removed the mechanical click, so they both essentially are Razer membrane switches now. As far as RGB goes, both of the keyboards have Razer's signature Chroma features. So they are modifiable per key using the Synapse 3.0 software, or older if you're a dinosaur. I do find the Ornata lighting is a little brighter, a little more vivid. I think this is probably to do with the background behind the keys, and also the fact that there is a bigger gap underneath the keys. But obviously the Cynosa Chroma Pro version has the additional advantage of the RGB underglow, which even on a dark coloured desk such as mine, which is like a walnut colour, it does show up actually, and people do notice it. So each of them have an advantage depending on what you're looking for as far as RGB goes. When it comes to the feel of the keys, the Ornata just takes it for me. I think it's probably to do with the lower profile keycaps, and when I talk about feel, I'm referring to typing more than anything rather than gaming, I think. The Ornata is louder when it's bottomed out, and the Cynosa keys feel a lot more spongy. For peripherals, the Cynosa Chroma Pro really doesn't come with any. It has the underglow, so any kind of wrist rest or anything would impede the lighting coming from underneath it. The Ornata comes with the spongy wrist rest, which I absolutely love, and will keep going on about it in all of my videos forever because it's the most comfy wrist rest I've ever used. The keycaps themselves are keycaps at the end of the day. One is lower profile than the other, so therefore better for typing. The other is full height keys on the Cynosa, which is probably better for gaming because it feels more like your Black Widow kind of key height. Now, while these membrane keyboards are Razer, they're good quality, they're well built, the membrane keys do have some disadvantages, especially when gaming. The main one for me was in first person shooters when I was using the WASD keys for running. If I was running forward, for example, for a long period of time and I'm slightly releasing the pressure on the key without realising, they're quite easy to disengage and you just stop where you stood and then you just get shot in the face, pretty much. However, for typing, these keyboards are brill. Miles better than mechanical keyboards. I hate typing on mechanical keyboards. I'm considering actually having a mechanical and a membrane on my desk at the same time. One for gaming, one for typing. For pricing, and this is UK based, because as you can tell from my accent, that's where I is. The Cynosa without the underglow is £65 at the time of making this video. The Cynosa Pro with the underglow comes in at £80, and the Ornata with the mecha membrane switches comes in at £99. So the Ornata is the most expensive, but if you had to go for a membrane keyboard, the Ornata is the one I would pick personally. However, if you want one of these for gaming, my recommendation is don't. I would probably save the extra and get a mechanical keyboard. They just don't cut it for me, I'm afraid. So sorry about that, but that is my opinion after years of trying to get used to one of these, because I do a lot of typing as well. It's just not working out. So I'm going to go for a Black Widow. So now I have the problem of deciding which of the Razer mechanical switches to choose. Stress, stress, stress. But if you're just going to be typing with the occasional gaming, or you play a game with a control pad most of the time and you want your desktop to look cool and have a well-known brand, these are the keyboards to get because they're so cheap and so well built. That's the time I would recommend buying one of these. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. No, don't smash it. Why did I say smash? Smash. Just press the like button with your mouse, like normal people do. And how about subscribe as well? That would be great. And I've got more videos to come soon. So until next time, see you later.